Welcome to my channel Rare USA Coin Spot. Have you ever looked at a 1984 D Lincoln 1-cent coin and thought it was just another ordinary penny? Think again, because sometimes the most common-looking coins hide the biggest surprises. While millions of 1984 D pennies were produced for everyday use, a tiny number stand out because of unusual minting errors, exceptional condition, or unique characteristics that collectors eagerly search for. Today, we're taking a closer look at the fascinating story of the 1984 D Lincoln cent, separating myths from reality while exploring why a single penny could become one of the most exciting discoveries in a coin collection. Before you spend your spare change, you may want to inspect every 1984 D penny you own, because one small detail could make all the difference. The 1984 D Lincoln cent was struck at the Denver Mint and features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Most examples remain worth only their face value because they were produced in very large numbers. However, collectors know that value is not determined by age alone. A coin's condition, strike quality, mint luster, and the presence of rare minting mistakes are what truly matter. Coins that survived in flawless, uncirculated condition with brilliant original surfaces are much harder to find than worn examples that circulated for years. As time passes, high-grade examples become increasingly desirable because fewer remain untouched, making them important additions to advanced collections. One of the most talked-about features associated with the 1984 D cent is the possibility of mint errors. During the minting process, machinery can occasionally produce dramatic mistakes that transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. Some collectors search for doubled designs, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal blank. Every genuine mint error is unique, and its value depends on how dramatic and rare the mistake is. Even a small error can attract serious attention, while spectacular minting mistakes can command impressive prices whenever collectors compete to own them. This is why experienced collectors examine every detail carefully under magnification instead of judging a coin by its appearance alone. Another reason some 1984 D pennies receive extraordinary attention is grading. Professional grading services carefully inspect coins for wear, scratches, luster, color, and overall eye appeal. A difference of just one grade can dramatically change a coin's market value. Two coins may appear nearly identical to the naked eye, yet one could receive a much higher grade because of tiny details visible only during close examination. Collectors often seek coins with strong original red color, sharp design details, and virtually no contact marks. These qualities make top-grade examples much scarcer than ordinary circulated coins, increasing competition whenever one appears at auction. Many stories online claim that every 1984 D penny is worth thousands or even millions of dollars. These headlines attract attention, but reality is much more interesting. The overwhelming majority of 1984 D cents remain common circulation coins. The pieces that bring exceptional prices are those with extraordinary preservation, certified high grades, or verified mint errors that are genuinely scarce. The excitement comes from the possibility that an overlooked coin might possess one of these desirable characteristics. That sense of discovery keeps collectors searching through rolls of pennies, old jars of change, inherited collections, and forgotten piggy banks year after year. If you happen to own a 1984 D Lincoln cent, don't rush to clean or polish it. Cleaning can permanently damage the original surface and significantly reduce a coin's collector value. Instead, hold the coin carefully by its edges and inspect it under bright lighting with a magnifying glass. Look for unusual doubling in the lettering, missing design elements, off-center strikes, cracks, or other unusual features. Compare multiple coins if possible, because differences become easier to notice when viewed side by side. If you believe you've discovered something unusual, preserving the coin in a protective holder is always a better choice than attempting to improve its appearance. Coin collecting is more than simply chasing expensive treasures. Every coin tells a story about American history, manufacturing technology, and the journey it has taken through countless hands over the years. The 1984 D. Lincoln cent reminds us that even an everyday object can become fascinating when viewed through the eyes of a collector. Patience, knowledge, and careful observation are often more valuable than luck. Many experienced collectors spend years studying small details before making important discoveries, proving that success in numismatics comes from learning as much as searching. As we wrap up, remember that the 1984 D. Lincoln cent is an exciting coin because of its potential, not because every example is valuable. Most are ordinary pennies, but rare mint errors and superbly preserved specimens can attract significant interest from collectors. The real thrill lies in carefully checking your coins and understanding what makes one stand out from another. Every handful of change offers a chance to learn something new, and every collection begins with a single coin. So before you spend your next penny, take a closer look. You never know when an ordinary-looking 1984 D. Lincoln cent could become the most fascinating coin in your collection. Although the 1984 D. Lincoln cent is considered a common circulation coin, its story becomes much more exciting when you understand how coins are actually made. Every coin begins as a blank metal planchet that passes through powerful presses capable of striking hundreds of coins every minute. Even though these machines are built for precision, tiny mistakes can occasionally occur. A worn die, improper alignment, excessive pressure, or a damaged planchet can create unusual varieties and mint errors. These rare production mistakes are exactly what experienced collectors hope to find because they are far less common than ordinary coins. This is why many collectors never ignore a 1984 D penny, even though millions were produced. Another fascinating fact is that the value of a coin often changes over time. A coin that seems ordinary today may become much more desirable decades later if very few examples survive in outstanding condition. Collectors especially appreciate coins that still display their original bright red color, sharp design details, and untouched mint luster. These coins become increasingly difficult to locate because most examples entered circulation and developed scratches, stains, and wear. As demand grows among collectors, the finest surviving pieces naturally become more valuable, making high-grade 1984 D. Lincoln cents much harder to replace than most people realize. If you search through old piggy banks, inherited collections, or rolls of bank pennies, don't expect every 1984 D cent to be worth a fortune. Instead, enjoy the process of learning what makes one coin different from another. Sometimes the smallest detail, a doubled letter, an unusual crack in the die, an off-center strike, or another genuine mint error, can completely change the collector interest in a coin. The excitement of coin collecting comes from the possibility that an overlooked coin could turn out to be something truly special. Every coin you examine teaches you more, improves your collecting skills, and brings you one step closer to discovering an unexpected treasure.